It's 7 o'clock. Welcome back, everyone, on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and streaming to our WCIA 3 weather app and the news app. You can keep up to date with the forecast. I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey. You may be sick of seeing me. I'm sick of seeing myself, but we still have active weather, winter weather coming through the viewing area. We're going to break it down, talk about it. This should be our last Facebook Live update of the night here for Central Illinois. And then tomorrow we'll worry about the next round. Yes, there's another round coming, believe it or don't, as far as things go. Been active out there for now across the region. The ice came in late last night through the day today. We're adding some snow showers in the area now. We're going to talk about that and more. I do want to do some housekeeping as well. First off, we're on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are on YouTube. Wherever you're watching from, we'd love for you to share this video with folks that may have missed the show due to power outages or ice. They can get the latest forecast updates here. Encourage you to download the WCIA 3 weather app. All of our app updates, all of our forecast updates are going there. We've updated it most recently. And then in addition, let me know where you're watching from and what reports you have. Already seen a number of those reports on in parts of the viewing area. So we'll take a look at a few of those here now. We've got Amber. She's saying she's already done with 2021, 7 hours without power now in Central Illinois in some spots here. We've got Watseka, Illinois. Hey, Steven, checking in. We've got Emily checking in from Argenta. Hey, Emily, hope you're having a ice-free night. The only ice, good ice, is ice in a glass with a nice beverage with it. That's what we'll say. Not what we are dealing with here. What about Waterloo, Illinois, down in Southern Illinois? We've got some folks checking in from there. That's down south of St. Louis. St. Joseph. Hey, Sarah. Let's see who else. Betty. Hey, Betty, hope you're having a great night. The first evening of 2021, and it has been icy and snowy. Couple more here, and then we'll get started. Denise checking in from Catlin. We've got Ruth in Sedoris, and Bev checking in from Monticello. Thanks, everyone, for checking in. We'll give some more shout-outs later here. Let's jump right into things and talk about what's going on here into the region. These are some of the ice totals that come from 6 p.m., tonight, and there's been a number of them out there. The highest ice totals have been off to the north and west, not by much, by barely in Central Illinois, and that's going to be along the Illinois River. Farmington had a half inch, 0.4 of an inch and more. That's where some of the biggest power outages, the worst roads, and some of the worst conditions are. Then we had that Highway 54 corridor, I-55, that had a lot there. McLean and Downs came in with 0.3. Riverton and Sangamon County, 0.2. Lincoln at a 1/4 inch. Mount Pulaski at 0.2, and then Mahomet at 1/10. We had about 1/10, if not a little more, in Champaign-Urbana as well. Less than that to the south and east. So certainly a lot of ice out there. You saw it on the trees in the afternoon, and it continued to slowly accumulate once we started seeing that light mist into the region. The ice, no more a concern. Now we're watching snow here across the region. This last band of snow pushing on through here and pushing through very quickly, thank goodness. When we add snow on top of ice, that can add problems. The ice is almost like glue. And what can happen is when snow hits that ice, it can stick there very well. So we may have some pretty pictures, I guess you could say, of the snow on the ice-covered trees and branches. But that's also more weight that's on them. You're adding more accumulation to things. And so not a good scenario here. Zooming in a little closer, a little bit of a wintry mix in Champaign County, Ford and Iroquois and Livingston County, all on the board, looking like they're dealing with more snow than not. A bit of a break in the snow now, McLean and DeWitt counties, as that last band comes up I-55 from Bloomington down to Atlanta, Lincoln, towards really just the south and west side of Lincoln here as far as it goes. Springfield, looks like you're all done with the snow here for the rest of the night. And that's something that we'll continue to watch here. Other places, Taylorville, you got a little bit. It's exited the area as far as it goes. And then we carry off to the north here, a little bit of a break here, coming in from Saybrook, down towards Leroy, Farmers City, Clinton, down towards DeLand, Weldon, Monticello, north of Decatur, a little bit break from Moreau, Forsyth as well into the area. Going in now, we're going to take a look at some of our sky cams before we get to the forecast. Here's Mattoon right now. It's been a chilly rain there, just warm enough to the south and east to keep things out of any trouble as far as it goes. And so that will be the case for Mattoon the rest of the night. Not concerned about there. Decatur, We'll check in Decatur real fast and see what's going on there. We're looking down now, and it looks like pavement's dry. Radar is showing very well for that. Same with Bloomington. Let's go look at Bloomington, downtown Bloomington right now with their Christmas light decorations. Some ice in the lens earlier has melted. Gibson City. We might see some fine snow falling there. It looks pretty misty out there, very much wet and icy as those roads continue to accumulate more. Just up the road in Peoria, look at that. There's some of those fat snowflakes flying on the tower cam there. Pontiac probably going to look close to the same, and you can definitely see some of that fine snow off in the distance here. And we'll get one last view. And let's see what the studio camera looks like. It got covered with ice earlier. We tried to shake it off and clear it, and it's totally ice covered now. So our stadium camera, there we go. We got a little bit of a clearing here as far as things go for that. All right, here is the latest weather alerts in central Illinois. We do have winter weather advisories back on the table. They are for the Highway 54 corridor. I've mentioned that a bunch here as far as it goes. Highway 54 takes you from Sangamon, nice two-lane blacktop pavement, starts at the State Fairgrounds, goes all the way north and east, carries you up towards Mount Pulaski, Clinton, down towards Bellflower, Gibson City, up towards Gilman or Narga. That's really that far southeast line for this winter weather advisory, where this last burst of snow is coming on in, and where some of those residual impacts from this morning will carry on into tonight. Decatur, Champaign, Danville, Taylorville, I think we're going to be okay. I won't rule out some slick spots overnight tonight. Impacts are lesser the further south you go. Mattoon, Charleston, Paris, Toledo, Effingham, down towards Crawford and Jasper County, even Vandalia. Down there, you're probably wondering what all the fuss is about tonight. Yes, you got some ice this morning. It warmed up enough to melt things and keep any problems at bay there. Here's a look at Future Track. It's doing an okay job here, showing the general trend with this band of snow. A little aggressive based on radar. It looks like some dry air has come on in to the actual tail end of the system. But we get the idea here by 9, 10 o'clock. All of that snow now north of I-74. And then out of here shortly after that. 10 o'clock news is probably going to look pretty quiet for many of us here. We'll just be left with impacts, residual impacts from this winter weather coming on through as far as things go. And so that's something that we're going to watch here in the coming hours to see what happens. Here's what we're calling for the impact forecast. Again, I think for the most part, along and north of I-72 is where some icy spots may accumulate still tonight. Probably that worst corridor is going to be Highway 55, Interstate 55, that is. Springfield, Lincoln, Bloomington, Pontiac, that's the main drive from St. Louis to Chicago. That's where I think we'll still have some slick spots out there. And we will take a look at those road conditions here momentarily as far as further southeast, yeah, a few slick spots, maybe for southern Vermilion, for Douglas County, for Shelby County, if there is moisture left on roads. More than likely, things are cleared out there. And then Interstate 70. Things are just fine for you. No problems there. This is a quick check at the current road conditions across central Illinois. And we'll take a little more of it for you and talk about some of these specific areas. Where you see the counties that are in the blue color here. There's Logan, DeWitt, Piatt, Eastern McLean, Fort County. That's roads that are reported as partially covered with ice and or snow. Pink is mostly covered. Purple is totally covered, 100%, according to the updates there. Menard County, it's going to be Petersburg, north of Springfield. Icy road. Encourage no travel in the next few hours, really along that I-55 corridor, I-155. I think the same can be said for folks there. You'll see the interstate sticking out here. Here we go from Springfield to Bloomington. And the thought is from Springfield to Bloomington, most of that going to have some slick spots on there as far as roads go. Other places are clearing out on the interstates, though. It's those lesser traveled roads that we'll have to watch. That's going to include Interstate 72 from Decatur to Champaign. Looks okay. Still advise that you take some cautions and slow down, but the main traveled roads are going to be okay. It's those lesser traveled rural roads that we're more interested in for slicker spots tonight. Highway 136, Highway 51, Highway 150. Some of those roads, especially 150, it looks like from Farmers City to Bloomington, as a little slicker. Interstate 74 as well in that general direction. A lot of those rural roads here, you get up to Gibson City, Route 9, 54, 47. They'll have some slick spots. What we've done is we've added snow on top of wet roadways. Good ingredients with temperatures where they are, right near freezing, to have more ice form. That, frankly, looks to be the case for us here overnight tonight as temperatures drop down into the upper 20s in these regions. As they do so, Yes, they will salt roads. And the good news is there's no rain to wash off any of the treatments like there was this morning. They'll salt those roads, but some of those rural roads still will be slick. Probably just a good idea to stay home tonight, too. Crack open a bottle of cold milk. I'll say that for you as far as things go. And hang out, watch some Netflix, and wait till tomorrow morning when things will be looking better to do. That's a look at that. You'll go off to the north and west here where some of that heavier snow has came on through. That's going to be up LaSalle. There's LaSalle County where you've got LaSalle, Peru, Starved Rock State Park. There's Lee, Ogle counties, Kane County off to the south and west there. Bureau County, Putnam County, a lot of the Quad Cities, I-88, I-80 west of LaSalle, Peru, totally snow covered. They're having the worst day up here with this particular system. We've been on that south side, got enough warm air to keep it from all snow. We got the ice instead, though, so pick your poison. They are still, though, adding snow on top of snow, and a lot of problems up there as far as things go. Quick check on those power outages, and this is the latest update. We'll zoom in a little bit here as far as it goes, and take a look at what we are seeing with some of these counties by counties here. Most of the power outages are coming from Tazewell County, 3,500. We've got Woodford County at 7,760, 3,700 out in McLean County. Champaign County down to 200. That number got a little high today. Fort County at 30, Livingston County 138, Logan County at 400, and Cass County at 100, Mason County 183. Sangamon County only at 22, only 14 in Macon County. Those are some of the current impacts that we're seeing across the region as far as things go. And so we'll watch it and continue to keep you updated on that. This is what's expected. Again, here goes this system, but watch what happens. We aren't done yet, folks. Are we ever done? 2020 is holding on a little too long into 2021. In fact, I've seen some of you post on Facebook that really this still is March, 270th, 2020 today instead of January 1st, 2021. There goes this band tonight. Tomorrow is dry during the day during the sunlight hours, but once sun goes down, snow fills back on in. This looks like a fairly impressive system here. I'm thinking that we may overachieve on snowfall totals the way the atmospheric profile looks with this here. We've got enough energy aloft, and so we may be talking a couple of inches in some spots as far as it goes. That's what we're thinking. That potential for higher snow totals greater than an inch, 2-3 inches on the table in some isolated spots, does include a good chunk of central Illinois. Right here down the heart of it as far as it goes. If you want the official snowfall forecast map, we're going to make you wait until the 10 o'clock news tonight. Watch us then for that update. But understand that another round is coming, and this one will add more snow onto some slick roads and to areas that could still have some power outages and tree damage by tomorrow morning. The good news, though, we think most of that impacts are over. We shouldn't add a whole lot more to it. The roads is the main concern from here on out. Here we go. We're going to take a look at some viewer photos now. Love taking a look at that. Again, if you've sent some photos in, thank you for sharing those with us. This came from Decatur, and you can see some of the light ice accumulation there. If you want to share some photos, send us a message and let us know what you're seeing as far as it goes. And so there's Decatur. Here's Bloomington. Bloomington had some of the higher ice totals. You can see how that ice accumulated very rapidly on those branches, covered it, and caused some tree damage there. We had tree damage reports in McLean, Ford, Livingston, Iroquois counties in particular, some of those hardest hit spots. As forecasted, and we gave that warning especially hard yesterday for what would happen today into 2021 as far as it goes. All right, let's see what's next. Here's another Bloomington picture. Some of that ice coming on in here on these tree branches, gave it a nice glisten in the daylight hours. And this one came from Monticello. Stacy Webb showing some of that ice there. You can see how it would drip down and freeze on contact. That's what freezing rain does and whatnot. Lots of great photos on the website. This one I found pretty interesting. Janie sent this to us. Ice on the fence, that chicken wire fence or whatever you want to call it. See how it's just the hexagon shapes. The ice followed that almost perfectly. Pretty impressive to see that. Again, a lot of these photos shared on Facebook. We've got an album on the website as far as what they look like too. So encourage you to take a peek at those. Gibson City, my hometown, I had some ice there. Debbie sent this one on in. Very impressive ice totals here across central Illinois. Mattoon, there we go. You get some ice on some of these tree branches. It'll take them down. That's a fairly substantial branch that came on down thanks to the ice. And we added the wind. That was the big problem for us today. Here's Westville. You can see how some of that ice starts to weigh down on the trees and kept things pretty dicey for areas. And you add that wind, it can damage things. Then ice in Arthur. Here we go. If you didn't think about the damage and the impacts, it really isn't all that bad looking. It looks kind of pretty here in central Illinois. As far as it goes, again, some more photos that snuck on in. Here's one in Champaign. Birds were still out today. We did get that ice, of course. I think we got one more coming, maybe two more. Here we go, Mahomet. That's right. Here's some tree damage in Mahomet. Tree came down in the fence there and did some damage in some spots. This is from Girard. This is down in Macoupin County, south of Auburn, south of Divernon, to the west of Farmersville. That's a vehicle, if you don't know what that is. You can just see how it was covered in ice. Looked like my car did this morning for certain. Thanks, Nikki, for sending that. More ice in Champaign. If you had any outdoor decorations, they got a bit of a coating on them. We're optimistic that tomorrow during the day, we'll get up to mid, maybe upper 30s in a few spots. That will melt any ice that is residual overnight tonight. There's a look from Bloomington, some ice that's formed on some outdoor structures as far as it goes. So again, this band of snow is pushing on out of the region here. It will take a little bit more time. The good news is we've brought in a little dry air here. That area of low pressure wrapping up right here over McLean, Fort counties. And this last band is wrapping around the backside there. So we are thankfully pulling in dry air, which will help to keep those snowfall totals a little lower. We thought some spots could get up to an inch. The latest reports from the National Weather Service, Peoria had an inch. They had 0.2 in Springfield. And I think Bloomington checked in at 0.8, if I remember correctly. But we'll have a snowfall total from today coming up at 10 o'clock. We'll have the forecast for tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. And we'll watch this system go to the curb as far as things go. And boy, will we be happy to get it out of here. 2021, great year, right? Fantastic. A lot of folks are saying that. All right, that's what I got for you. I'm going to check the comments real quick for any questions we have. And then remember, 10 o'clock tonight, you want to join us for our snowfall forecast for tomorrow night's round. I think you're going to like it. We're talking behind the scenes, Chief Meteorologist Kevin Leidy, Meteorologist Jack Gerfen, Forecaster Amelia Henderson. We've all been conferencing and talking about things, and we're pretty optimistic for some good sticking snow. The snowball kind of snow, more than likely, to get the kids outside and play as far as things go. So you'll want to join in for that. Download the app if you don't have it. We'll keep you updated there. We'll have more updates and reports of accidents, power outages, and how the snow has impacted central Illinois, the snow and ice, that is, today, coming up at 10 o'clock tonight. So we'll see you then. All right, let's check those comments and see what we got. Try to scroll in here. See what's going on. We got some folks checking in. There we go. I'm getting back in the loop here. This is it. This is the comment of the day. Jackie really was hoping that 2021 would be better than 2020, but guess we all got hopes. Hey, you know what? This is the good news. It can only go up from here, right? Right? That's what Jen Lask and I were saying during the news show. We had some technical difficulties behind the scenes. I got to give shout out to our engineering folks in the building. We really pulled it together. I don't think you could tell much was going on besides, the typical weather and news. So thanks to our crew for that. We can only go up from here. You start bad, you end good, right? We started great 2020 and didn't end so well. So maybe it'll be the reverse this year as far as it goes. You can only hope, right? Hope and pray. All right, what else? Effingham is just rain. Yeah, you're right. Down there, I-70. Cold rain. No worries about ice down there for Effingham, as Don is saying. Thanks for that report. Jessica asking, how is it supposed to be on 3 to 5 a.m. on 74? Here's what my expectations are after midnight tonight. Once this moisture is out of here, and it'll be gone by 10, 11 o'clock, the road crews will be out, and they'll be able to salt and plow and take care of anything. And the good news is Mother Nature will not be washing it away with a cold rain like we had this morning. The problem with the roads this morning, a lot of folks were complaining, hey, my roads haven't been salted. Well, futile effort. When you throw down some salt, you get rain on it, and it washes away right away. That's what we were dealing with these ice events. That's why they're so tricky. But we get it out of here, and those road crews can catch up pretty easily. So the interstates are probably going to be more than likely okay. I will say this, Jessica. Take it a little slower. Be prepared. 2 hands in the wheels, and the interstates should be fine. I'm more worried overnight tonight about those side roads, those less traveled roads where ice could redevelop, and maybe the ones that don't get plowed or salted. A lot of your rural roads are that way. State highways should be okay. Interstates will more than likely be okay as far as it goes. So 3 to 5 a.m. should be fine here. Tomorrow will be fine. Sharon saying, no power in Saybrook. Very quiet there. Yeah, it was. Some folks have had some power outages. We had some outages in Champaign-Urbana. Saw some from Farmers City, over in Logan County, Sangamon County. Some of those outages. Chenoa checking in, snowing there. There we are, Chenoa. Chenoa has a meat locker my parents love to go up to and whatnot. So been there a number of times. Right on the edge of that there, this band may be wrapping around along I-55 and giving you a little more here before all is said and done. Hi from Homer. Melissa checking in there. Thanks, Melissa. How much snow for Effingham County? Don is asking how much for Effingham County. Here's what I'm going to tell you area-wide. The chances there for accumulating snow, more than likely it's going to happen tomorrow. How much is the question? 10 o'clock tonight. I'll tell you then. You have to watch then. You're the worst meteorologist ever, making me wait till 10 o'clock tonight. Bales Lake. Beautiful lake out there. Spent the 4th of July out there with some friends to watch the fireworks. Bales Lake in Iroquois County out there outside of, to the north of Paxton. Sounded like Rice Krispies outside. Snap, crackle, pop. Yeah, when you get the wind and ice, those branches will start to snap. I had a number of folks say that. Danville in the house. Hey, T, hope you're having a great night. Mixed bag forecast. You're right, Daniel. We told you Sunday. We said, Sunday. What day did I work? I come in Thursday. What day is today? Yeah, Sunday. Last Sunday, we said it's going to be a mixed bag this week. We're going to have a little bit of everything. And that's exactly what's happened, Daniel. Thank you for pointing that out to us. Danville was horrible this morning. Yes, it was. A lot of areas where we've gotten a lot better, but we're not out of the woods yet. So we'll watch. A number of reports of some tree branches down. Krista saying 10 big branches off the pine tree. Took it off, that ice. Yep, definitely. $10 o'clock tonight. You find out. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Gotta make you watch. Gotta make you come back for more, right? My boss is liking. He'll appreciate that. Donna up in Melvin. Been there a number of times. Melvin, no power there. Let's see what else. Nathan. You'll probably have to plow some spots tomorrow, I think, depending on where you are. I'll tell you that. Probably going to get some work for you. That's all I'm going to say. You got to watch it, Tendon. I appreciate it and I understand it. So that's what we're going to do. But I'm optimistic. I'm really optimistic, and I really think that tomorrow is going to overperform the way things look here. The atmospheric prime to freeze snow crystal, add some moisture, freeze it, and it could end up being some big fat snowflakes for us tomorrow. That's the good kind of stuff. James works for a tow truck company on the other side, his other job. I bet James and tow companies were big today, getting stuff out. No power in Mansfield since 1 o'clock. Sparking a power line in the yard near a propane tank. Bridget, if it's something where it's still sparking and it's getting close, you always can call for your local officials, emergency officials, and they'll more than be willing to help you out in that. That could be a dangerous situation. Don't call 911 for, the road's icy. Well, they know. They're sending salt trucks out. But something like that, a fire, an active power line sparking next to a propane tank, that's kind of a big deal. So, reach out to your local authorities for more advice if you haven't done so. Jonathan, I came back. Moment of silence for me, right? What else? Oh, good. Robin, power back on in Rantoul. Good to hear. Terry, me too. Me too. I cannot wait for thunderstorms. I'll take storms all day over this snow crap. Bruce lost a tree. Yes, a lot of folks have lost that as far as it goes. Tim, how many times in the last 20 years have we had an ice event at New Year's? Don't know that fact, but here's what I will tell you as far as the ice storm warning. Ice storm warnings are reserved for events that are primarily ice. If it's an ice and snow event all in one time, that's what a winter storm warning is for, a multifaceted event. An ice storm warning is when they expect just ice to accumulate, much like today. The last time we had an ice storm warning in central Illinois dates back to 2008. And that was primarily for the same areas that had the ice storm warning today. You had that from Springfield to Clinton to Gibson City and to the north and west. To the south and east that day, they had a winter weather advisory. That was December 18th, 2008. 2007 was the last ice storm warning for Champaign County. So it's been a while since we've had a true ice storm in central Illinois. An ice storm, again, you have to get a 1/4 inch of ice, if not more. We've had some little, light accumulation of ice here and there, but as far as those higher impact events, it's been a while for the ice only. Did have one lady tell me yesterday, she remembers in 2011, ice on February 3rd, 2011. First, second, and third was that event. That was the Groundhog Day Blizzard. I remember that very well. I was a senior in high school at GCMS in Ford County. That day, my dad's work, we were worried the doors on the east side of his work building were going to blow in because of how much snow and wind there was. A crazy event as far as it goes. Bruce is in Chatsworth. He says they had a 1/2 inch of ice. I believe it. We were worried mostly about Livingston, Ford, Iroquois, McLean County. I think that fruition came to reality for us today. And a last comment before we wrap things up. Will the sun be out tomorrow? Bruce is asking that. No, it will not. I really don't expect it. If it comes out for a little bit, it's going right away. We got that another round of snow coming tomorrow night, with the potential for some accumulation, some decent totals, too, for your snowplowers as far as things go. All right, I got one more. Sherry commented on that. I'll give it to Sherry real quick. Chicago Sunday from Matt Toon. The forecast there. First up, if you're looking for the extended forecast and you're wondering travel, impacts, whatnot, we keep the blog updated on the WCIA 3 weather app. We keep you updated on social media. We'll keep you updated on all the news shows. I will say this, that Saturday night round will exit, I think, by Sunday morning before church time normally is. If you watch church online, you attend church, whatever the case may be, the snow should be out of the area by then, and things will clear out, I think, pretty quickly as far as it goes. Roads still may be a little slick in spots that get that heavier accumulation, but usually the interstates are the first to get cleared pretty quick here when we have the snow events like that. It's those lesser traveled roads that take more time to clear as far as it goes. All right, y'all, that's what I got for you. We're going to sign things off here. What time do we see the snow accumulation map tonight? Any of you 180 still left on? 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. I think I heard someone say 10 o'clock. Yes, you can join us at 10 o'clock tonight. We'll have an update on that and more updates on travel, power outages, and the overnight hours. We'll be back tomorrow morning and tomorrow night as well with the updates into the weekend for that second round coming on in. Then we have some dry time. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday look pretty great. We'll talk the 7-day forecast coming up at 10. You can watch all that right now if you want. Pull that app up on your phone and check it out. It's got all the great details for you on there. So if you're joining on late, the time now is 7:30. We jumped on at, what time did we jump on? 7? I lose track of time every now and then. Yeah, so we joined on at 7 o'clock. We were talking about these updates. We'll have this full update. You can go back and watch this and catch that information as well if you want. But we'll keep you updated. WCIA 3 news, weather, sports, we got you. We'll always keep you updated with things you need to know here for Central Illinois and West Indiana. Can't forget about our friends there, Petersburg, Crawfordsville, Benton County, down to Vermilion County, Indiana, as far as it goes, because the beef house is over there. You know I love beef. Good old steak. Gonna have to go there after this event and weather. Have a great night, y'all. Thanks for logging on. We'll see you on the news at 10 o'clock. Get those app updates 24/7 in the app. See you tomorrow morning, too. Tomorrow night, Sunday morning, Sunday night. It's me all weekend. But, of course, we're going to be having a conference here with Kevin and Jack. Follow all of our meteorologist pages on Facebook. We'd love to have you join and see a little bit more into our personal lives, our forecast graphics, and more, and connect with us. We'd love to be your friend. And so thanks for following us. Take care. Have a great rest of your night.